Oh, YouTube, what is going on? What is up? What is up, YouTube? All right, we got shredded cheese. Oh, now you guys can see the reflection. We got shredded cheese on board, a little bit more into the frame. Then we need to lower them a little bit so you guys see the shredded part. It's Wednesday. It's 4:30, and here we are. Let's see who joins up first. Let's see who says first in the chat. Always an interesting race to see who's first in the chat. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Hopefully you guys' training is doing well. There you go, Richard Jennings, first one. What's going on? Bellman M. Yo. Hopefully all is well with everybody. Clerks 93. Andre Alexiev. What's going on, man? First member in the chat. Thank you so much for being a member of the channel. Andre, always supporting me. Thank you so much, brother. GB19. Saucy James, what's going on? James, I heard you're a beast right now, buddy. Been hearing great things. Richard Jennings says, lots of love from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada. Hey, dude, I need to go to Canada. I've had like layovers in Canada, but I've never actually been up there and like went to an event or actually traveled around in Canada. I need to. Proving Astrology, what's going on? Corey Van Mitter. What's going on, bud? Yeah, there's Devin's form. Yo, what's up, my game buddy? Cheers, Derek. Hey, what's going on? If you guys didn't see that a few days ago, me and Devin's form were playing Call of Duty. I went on his channel and he was live streaming it. And we played some Warzone, got our butt kicked a little bit, but it was fun. G19 says, "Who's not top 10?" Me. So I was like, it's not that serious, guys. It's not that serious. But Angan put out those posters, of the top 10 rankings, and somehow, first off, Prudnick is in every single ranking. He's lightweight, middleweight, and super heavyweight. And then Ryan Bowen got ranked 10th in his class. And he's lost. He's gone 0-2 to Coach Ray and Zrob. And I'm 0-2 as well, but I'm not on the list. What? And how was Prudnick ranked in every weight class? So I was just laughing about it because Ryan made that video about him being ranked top 10 in the world. So I figured my title would be not top 10. Veronica, what's going on? Thank you for being out in here and hanging out with us. Derek, you think Brzenk will win his next match? Is his next East versus West match, or are we talking about the match with him and Todd Hutchings that got announced? In East versus West, he's pulling what's his name? From Georgia. He's pulling oh my god, brain fart. He's pulling why am I having a brain fart on homeboy's name from Georgia? I'm losing it. Chat, help me out. Oh my gosh. I'm having who's he pulling from Georgia? You guys, my brain, Irakli. Jesus, why can I not remember that name? Irakli Zirakashvili. I don't know why I couldn't think of Irakli. Thank you, Raw Dog 550. It's gonna be tougher. I think he has a better shot against Irakli than he did against Angarbayev, given the styles. I don't think Irakli posts as far and will challenge John's shoulder and his messed up area as much as Irakli did. I think John will be able to handle Irakli a little better than he handled Angarbayev. Now that being said, I still think it's not the best style for John specifically, but we'll see. We'll see how he can contain that. And if he can, if the straps and stuff will help him out or not. I'm interested. Obviously, like I said, we always bet on the GOAT. Always bet on the GOAT. He's proven that's a safe bet. So obviously, yeah, I'll say that he'll win. But I'm interested to see that. Now, him and Todd Hutchings, it's gonna be interesting. Todd Hutchings is a beast. I mean, he's always been a beast, but I think like right now, he's on a good level. And John had been retired for so long and stuff, and that is going to be really interesting to see because John will have the superior hand control, but Todd Hutchings kind of doesn't care too much about having superior hand control too much. So I don't know, man. I don't know if John. I'll bet on the GOAT always, but I think that one's going to be rougher. I think John and Todd Hutchings will be a harder win for John than John and Irakli, personally. Richard next. I'm like 5 hours from Uncle John. Hey, play some PUBG with me. I've never played PUBG. JWeb Fitness. Nate Lucifer, thanks for coming in, man. JWeb Fitness. I'm ready to go shoot forward, scare the hook, or straight cup drag, hit to the pad. Can't do anything if you don't have your hand. Brandon Allen got a super match with Dallas at LA Fit Expo January 14th. You're pulling Dallas? Oh, whoa. That is going to be a weird match. Oh, man. I'm just saying, like, stylistically, like, what? You guys might have, like, 6-minute matches. White Wolf, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Whisper says, what do you think about Dennis? I think he's amazing. I think he's a legend of sport, potentially the strongest arm wrestler ever. Yeah, that's what I think about him. Are they counting his match versus Khalid? No, because that was on East versus West. Everybody's saying what's up to Brandon. Let's see. White Wolf, do you have who do you got? Lynn versus Pavlo. I think Paul Lynn is on another trajectory right now. I think Paul Lynn will, even though Pavlo is amazing, I think Paul Lynn controls that match and has too much hand and wrist for Pavlo and is able to steer him across the table. I think Paul Lynn wins that 3-0. Can you beat Bowens to special ed? Yes. Let's see. Do you know guys who gripped up with Dennis recently and what they felt? I have not talked to anybody that's gripped up with him recently. Nope. I haven't asked about anybody that's gripped up with Dennis recently. But I mean, from the looks of practice and side table pulling, like he looks like he's on a level, right? What level? I'm not exactly sure, but he's on a good level. I mean, right-handed, he was holding Kurdecha pretty comfortably. Now, I mean, it's a side table, it's practice or whatever. It's not the real thing, but that shows like a minimum of he's up there, right? Because inarguably, Kurdecha is up at some high level. So for him to be able to control him pretty well meant a lot. So, yeah, I mean, I think Dennis is already too much for John. I think a Dennis and Devin match right-handed, that would be sick. That would be sick. And I think Devin will want it. I think even right now, it would be sick. I think it would be sick. I don't even know if Devin's the favorite in that. It would be. I think right now it'd be awesome to see Dennis and Devin. Yeah. Let's see. Veronica Knight sharing the Linktree post, you guys. If you guys can check out that link right there that she put in the chat, you guys, it takes you to all my sponsors and to all my social media, stuff like that, you guys. So, and there's discount codes and whatnot inside that Linktree. You guys check that out if you get a chance. How do you think Pork Chop would do against Tugboat? It's just that's a really bad matchup for Pork Chop. Chance is like built to beat a deep hook puller like Pork Chop. So I think Chance wins that. But that doesn't take anything away from Pork Chop. Like, I think I'm really excited to see Pork Chop and Zarab. I think Pork Chop might be able to stonewall Zarab. Honestly, I'll have Pork Chop winning that match with Zarab, but Pork Chop versus Chance, I think would be a bad matchup for Pork Chop. What rankings did Derek refer to? I was talking about the top 10 that they released for the East versus West on the posters, and like I'm not. And nothing knocking Ryan, but I'm saying he's 0-2 and he's 10th. I'm 0-2 and I'm not ranked, and I was laughing about it. But it's probably because there's less lightweights on the rankings or something. So maybe that's why, and there's more super heavyweights that have been there, something like that. I was just laughing about it. It was just to contrast Ryan's YouTube video that he made about him being ranked top 10 in the world. So I just went with that title. Alex McDonald, John's going to kill him. Hopefully. I'm always mad, John. Hopefully he wins. Veronica Knight sharing Brandon Allen's YouTube channel. Yeah, you guys, if you get a minute, go check out Brandon Allen's YouTube channel, of course, if you're not already subscribed to that. But yeah, he does a weekly podcast with Jason Latona called your weekly or your morning BJ. Because Brandon and Jason BJ, get it? But where they interview top arm wrestlers all the time. So if you guys aren't subscribed to their channel, definitely go do that. Florida Month, bro, love your channel, but you got to invest in a microphone. What is my microphone sounding like crap? Hello? Can you guys not hear me? Is it bad? Do I need to yell? Is it bad? Oh, wait. We'll host a poll. Let's do this. Start a poll. Is the mic poor quality? Wait, there we go. That's an easier way to do it. Let's host a poll. You guys, if you think my mic is poor quality, then let me know, and I'll give it some attention. By the way, Chad, Derek is a bad mofo in Warzone 2 Call of Duty. Oh, no, I'm just hanging in there. Brandon Allen says, thanks, Veronica. And yes, dude, it's going to be a war for sure. I'll come in at 250. And Dal said he's going to start eating now. Oh, man, I forgot you're so lean. Brandon Allen, abs and stuff, man. Crazy. Naylor says, Derek, hypothetically, if Dennis's first match back was against John Brzenk and you were forced to bet money on one of them in a 5-round super match, who do you got your money on? Be bold. Oh, dude, he was just holding Kardashev. Like, I feel like Dennis is at a different level right now. But I do always say you bet on the GOAT. Man, that would be such a hard one to bet on. I feel like I would still bet on the GOAT. But it's just like, so inside in an inside match, which is probably where it would go with Dennis, right? It'd end up being an inside match, like a hook, side pressure type of weird match. We saw John really get into it with what's the last time he was really tested was probably him and Corey, right? Him and Corey West. I don't think Corey's as strong as Denis Cyplenkov right-handed right now inside. I don't believe. And that took John to his like very limit, right? That was his limit. That was his right there. So it makes me. I mean, I know Corey's super strong. I don't think he's at Dennis's level inside. Oh man, I'll bet I'll follow my own words of advice, but yeah, it would be a rough one. I guess Dennis is for sure in top 5. I know he's right-handed, not left. Is not lefty. His left was the one that was legendary, but they're saying it's been injured. So let's see. Zrod versus Curtis can be a war. Yeah, it can be. But Curtis, man, when I see him go against other hook pullers, he looks crazy strong. Yeah. GB19 says Derek versus Bowen. There we go. Set it up. Start eating, Ryan. Let's do this. Volume is fine. Sounds fine, says Dylan. Okay. All right. Everybody else says the audio is fine, all right? No, your mic works, but the sound quality is bad, to be honest, says Florin Monk. All right. Shave Davey is quiet. Yeah, he is. He's been hanging out. Oh, let's turn his lights on, shall we? There we go. Get them all lit up for you guys. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Sanders versus Derek for number 10, says Ignacio. Okay, but I think he's ranked in middleweight and heavyweight as well, right? So the John versus Dennis match doesn't seem like a good idea if Dennis is at the level most think he is. I'd like to see Dennis against another heavyweight first. Yeah, I would like to see him have a tester match. I mean, don't get me wrong, the legendary matchup of John and Dennis sounds crazy. I mean, of course I'll watch it and I'll pay to watch it. I just feel Dennis is a lot, man. I don't know, he's at a pretty good level right now. Ricky Walker with the $5 super sticker, man. Thank you. That's my boy that always comes in here dropping off stickers, the periodic stickers. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the love. Derek and Mike is great quality. Maybe someone is listening on the phone. Hey, Carolyn. Welcome, Carolyn. Bygone Era, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Sam Mosley. Yeah, Devin and Dennis is number 2 in the world. Devin said Dennis is number 2 in the world in his opinion. Oh, okay. Benji Mack in the chat. Lagia says, unless Dennis cuts down to 115 kg or less, why would he, though? The John match will be one-sided, potentially. Nate Lucifer says, I would bet on John simply because of possible rust from Dennis, or Dennis maybe end up not fully being himself. That's true. What's your thought on stem cells? I mean, from what I've seen, they seem to help out, and the people that have taken them, I haven't done too much research on them, to be honest. But they, from what I've heard, they help. I don't really have a really in-depth, thought-out opinion on stem cells, to be honest. I don't want to pretend like I do. Another $5 super sticker from Ricky Walker. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Based on what John's been saying lately, I think he's convinced he's entered a new level. I hope so. Whisper says the only one who can beat Levon is Dennis or Hermes at 140, 150 kg. I don't think Hermes does. Dennis potentially. I don't think Hermes does. I know Hermes has been hot right now and all that stuff, but from his angles and where I see his hand and wrist failing and the dimensions, I can't see him posing a threat to Levon. I think an Hermes-Levon match makes Levon look godlike. I think Levon controls Hermes' hand. Hermes folds underneath like this, and Levon stays center and goes sideways. I don't even think it's an interesting match. I think so. You need someone that's really going to pose a threat to an inside option, to an inside like side pressure option to Levon, like Dennis or someone like that can really test his elbow and his chest and everything like that, make him have to actually work for a pin. I think those are the guys that would make an interesting match for Levon. I think Levon just controls the crap out of Hermes' hand. And Dennis would, more go in there. And I think Dennis could probably sink in the hook. But is everything else up to level to hang out with Levon on Dennis? I don't know. But I think that would be more of an interesting match. Did the line someone with Ryan East vs. West 6? Oh, it seems ridiculous. He's saying he's top 10 in the world. He just means he's top 10 on the East West rankings and stuff like that, which I understand. They put him on the poster, and that would make me hype too. That would make me hype for sure. I got you. Sam Mosley, Dennis looks good, though. He does. Little him, no, just not on that level yet, says Adam Henderson. Talking about Warzone. Daniel says, hi, I'm a beginner in arm wrestling, and I would like to ask, what technique should I use as someone with a small hand but long form? Thanks for doing the streams. I'm learning much because of you. Daniel, welcome, man. Welcome to the sport. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. So if you have a small hand, man, don't arm wrestle in a style that makes you need to hold on to things, right? If you have a small hand, you're not built to hold on to stuff. Okay. So you want to be more of an offensive style, something where people hold on to you, right? So maybe like a top rolling style, or maybe get used to the straps. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be a hook puller. You definitely can. But you just need to embrace not holding on to things with your small hand. If you find yourself being in situations where you're holding on for dear life, you're not meant to do that, right? You're not built for that. So the good thing about having a long arm, though, is that you can go places on the table that other people can't go, right? So the long forearm, if you go all the way forward, you can reach all the way across the table. So you can reach places that other people can't reach, right? So take that into mind, meaning like you can sink in a hook probably anywhere. Because your long arm, if you shoot forward, they can't really run away from you because your long ass arm will chase them, right? So hooking is not completely out of the question. It's just you either need to be really. I tell everybody on my team that has small hands, either be really fast or really good in the straps, or preferably both. Especially if you're a small-handed hook puller, right? But yeah, just know that you're not gonna. You're at a high level, if eventually in 7-8 years, you're not going to be just cupping people in outside the straps with a small hand at a high level. Right? At an amateur level, you'll do it. And a lot of guys fall into this trap where they have these small hands and they're like, I can reel people into a hook. And then they get into the pros and the elite levels and stuff, and they can't. Everybody just has too much posting and top rolling ability, and they just can't hold on to anybody because they're just not built for it. So now would be a good time to get used to being, if you want to hook, being really fast, meaning snapping into that hook and getting a deep hook before they're able to move, and or being really good in the straps, because you're going to be in the straps a lot because you're not going to be able to hold on to people. So just be very proficient in the straps and understand how they work, how to use them, how to manipulate them, how to get what you want in the straps. That's the best advice I have for you, man. Besides that, hit me up sometime, man, if you have any more questions. Austin Jaggers in the chat. Yo, what's up, man? Hopefully you're doing well. What's your next match coming up? Tim? Your match with Tim coming up, right? It's going to be interesting. Tim, that old guy that Derek beat, that was weak, right? That Derek beat this old dude that's no good, who hasn't lost a super match since I beat him. I did and oh man, that sucks, by the way, about Wade. That's my buddy. I hate that he got injured in that match with Tim. Hopefully Wade recovers quick. That's my boy for sure. Yeah, definitely. Thoughts going out to Wayne and that bicep. Hopefully it wasn't as bad as it looked. Veronica, where are them likes at? What are we at? 25 likes, 71 people. What? You guys, can we get a little like spike, please? Can you guys close out the live chat, hit the thumbs up, and get a little boost on the likes? I would appreciate it. Helps out the live stream and all that stuff, and helps everything get noticed and found, and et cetera, et cetera. Emma7890. What's going on, man? Welcome. Derek, have you ever met up with Nick Best in Vegas since you're the elite arm wrestler to the strongman community? No, I have not met up with Nick Best. Brandon Allen, have you pulled with Nick? Have you met Nick Best out there? Mary Chave, I know, right? Chave's all Merry Christmas out. Austin saying, what's going on, folks? If and when WL comes back, would you be all in to sign up under their brand? I don't know if I would sign a contract. Oh, wait, did Ricky, he gave another sticker. Ricky, thank you for another $5 sticker, man. I appreciate that. So WL, if they came back, would I sign a contract? Their contract seemed insane last time. What's his name? From Devin's team, old bigger guy hooked. Oh my God, what is up? I'm losing my mind. Oh my God. Why can I not think of names right now? He had a match with Porkchop. Holy crap! What is it? Anyway, okay. The point is they've had people signing contracts, and certain people only had like one match in like 5 years, and then they weren't allowed to go arm wrestle in a lot of specific events and stuff like that. They weren't given freedom. So would I sign a contract that's going to lock me down and not have guaranteed matches, like guaranteed match every so often? I don't know. And I like to be able to travel and do my arm wrestling stuff, especially I'm trying to make YouTube videos and things like that. So if I sign a contract and they're like, you can't arm wrestle anywhere, and we'll let you know when you're arm wrestling our events, like that, and there's like no significant money. Like I get it, it's a big opportunity to be on a stage and maybe be on TV and stuff, but sacrifice all my ability to travel and arm wrestle wherever I want, make videos just to be on WL. I don't know, man. Like I feel like the contract for me would have to be like a significant amount of money. First off, which I don't even know if they do money contracts, but unless you're like Devin, and or have a lot of freedom within the contract. So I'd really have to look at it. It's not a guaranteed thing that I would sign it if they did offer. Loving his lights. Everybody's loving Chave's lights. There's Bridget. There's my lady. Chop it up with Emma. Hey, Emma. Yeah, she's here. She's in the background. She's going to go grab some dinner with my dad here in a minute. If she's back in time while I'm still on the live stream, I'll give Emma her Emma's minute, and she'll catch up with you guys for sure. Sam Moses says, I agree. Bishop Arm Wrestling. Still love you, though, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Marius Gate says, Vitaly almost cracked him without massive side pressure. It didn't almost pin him, right? He was combating Vitaly's wrist, and because he was fighting so hard on Vitaly's wrist, his arm went that way because all his pressure was up here. If he was wanted to, he could have kept his arm center table with Vitaly, and his wrist probably would have gotten taken, right? But his arm went sideways because he was chasing Vitaly's arm. So it wasn't Vitaly's like side pressure ability to open up his arm. It was that he had to win the hand, and Vitaly had an insane hand. So and the angles were horrible for Levon in terms of Vitaly having a longer forearm. So he got taken out of his arm a little bit. But once he started doing a counter top roll with his knuckles up and he controlled Vitaly's hand, then it was over. Yeah. So it kind of goes back to that. I don't think Vitaly Hermes doesn't have an insane angle. That's the thing. Vitaly has a unique angle with his long arm, right? That Hermes doesn't. Hermes has a normal size arm with a normal size hand. He's not going to hit any insane angles that Levon can't control comfortably, in my opinion. So I think he controls it. I think he controls him pretty well. Another super sticker from Rick. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. Longy says, Irving said his cycle can be dangerous for Levon. Oh, I thought he said cycle, his style. Also, he said he didn't train his hand much lately since he was going to face Jerry at first. Just interesting food for thought. Okay. Do we really care that Bowen has early gains getting an England top 10 on poster? I think not. Carolyn always hating on Ryan Bowen. Lloyd Christmas now. Xavier, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Texas Piranha in the house. Weird didn't pop up. You were live. Another member. I love seeing all these members pop up in the chat, you guys. If you guys are interested, get that little icon next to your name right there. Those are the members, the people that support the channel. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. Deep says, Mike is fine. Just lots of reverb from hard surfaces. Corey says, it's practice Sunday. Yes, there will be practice in Highland on Sunday for sure. Austin Jagger says, next match is Tim. What's your prediction? Oh, Carolyn with the super chat, $2 super chat. What's your Christmas wish, Derek? Oh, man, I have to think about that. I got two questions at once I got to think about. Christmas wish. Am I supposed to keep that to myself? Then it'll like come true? I don't know. Hold on. I'd have to think about that. Probably my wish would always be something to do with my daughter, for my daughter to prosper and have a good year, probably, for sure. Yeah, definitely. That'd be my wish. And top donator of the night, Carolyn. In terms of super chats, Ricky, I know you even hit me with those stickers, but we do the little chalkboard thing for the super chats. So Carolyn with the $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Did I say sir? Ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate that. Austin says, next match versus Tim, what's your prediction? Okay, so it's right-handed, obviously, because Tim doesn't pull lefty. Austin's been a monster left-handed lately. Right-handed. Tim has a very unique arm and hand. It's unlike a lot of things you get a hold of. Austin, I know a lot of times if you can't control center, you'll default into like a king's move. I think Tim will be strong enough to put you there. What happens after that? I don't know. I don't know what happens after that. I guess that's the best question. I think from what I've seen, I don't know if you change it or whatever, but from in my brain, from the matches I've seen of yours, I know I've seen you go down to like the king's move type of thing, right-handed. Tim's a pretty strong dude, an elite for sure. I think he'll have enough horsepower to get you there if you're still doing that. And if you go there, I don't know what happens after that because Tim has the ability to hold for a crazy long time open as well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know after that. I don't know what happens after that. I think if you're still doing the King's move thing, if someone controls center, then I think you guys have a long match. And I don't know who comes out on top. I know Tim's comfortable with that hold, so I'd like to see what happens after that. But honestly, I don't have a prediction off the top of my head. Super chat from Texas Pride with the $5 super chat. Super stoked. Got to go to Florida State. I helped ref and also ended up getting second in the Pro 176 right hand. Felt pretty good and had a blast out there. That's Mr. Michael Edwards, a Texas product, taking the top donator spot. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat, Mike, and congratulations on your second place finish out in Florida States. Now maybe you should just go heel, Mike, for a little bit and stop arm wrestling so much. There's Mike with the cowboy hat and the Prada teeth with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Mike. The Texas Prada. Yeah. Jimmy 19, what do you think makes Levon so special? Is it cupping strength? No, it's all of them. He has all the strengths. He does. He has all the strengths backed up with massive amounts of traditional strength in terms of like your chest and shoulder and biceps and things like that, on top of an insane wrist and a big hand. So he kind of has it all. He has a very complete package in terms of strengths. There's not really a gap. And Levon strong everywhere. Megatron, yo Derek, hey y'all, what's going on? Thank you, Mr. Texas. Yeah, Levon flipped Dennis's hand like a pancake. Oh, flipped Devin's. Sorry, Devin's hand like a pancake. Yeah. But Levon lost his wrist right before he pinned Devin first round too, meaning his wrist got cracked backwards. So in the hand fight, Devin was in a superior position at the end of that, and basically anything that happened after round one when Devin got injured, so the rest of the match is just pointless to talk about. Round one was when they're fresh and Devin wasn't injured. Devin had a superior hand position and his arm opened up. Round two, Devin's arm got injured immediately. He lost, and then the rest of the rounds were stupid to even talk about because it was a guy with a damaged arm trying to arm wrestle the strongest guy in the world. So it was pointless. But I'd say Devin had hand dominance, even though his arm opened up first round. Ryan Epsy. Maximilian Arm Wrestling, what's up? What's going on, man? Thanks for hanging out with us, being on the contracts like that. No, Austin Jaggers, Maximilian, you're looking crazy, bro. Ian Carnegie, that's what I was talking about. Thank you, Alex McDonald. I was talking about Ian Carnegie. The Grippler. Why have I been messing up names like that? I'm getting old. Ricky Walker with a $10 super chat says, keep it up. There he is, my man, on the board. Thank you for the $10 super chat, brother. I appreciate that. Taking the top donator spot. Ricky W with the $10. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the love, man. Keeping Chave warm. Not many people get to hang out with Chave like this, so it's an honor. It's an honor. I know he appreciates it. Thank you, man. Let's see. Bishop Arm Wrestling. If WO comes back, you got to do it 1 year. It would be historic. I doubt the future contracts will be that bad post East vs. West / King of the Table. Yeah, hopefully they would have some kind of influence on what kind of contracts they put out there. 100%. Derek Costa said Sylvain Perron. No, I was not talking about Sylvain Perron. I was talking about Ian Carnegie, but Sylvain Perron's a freaking legend. Let's see. Derek, we know you meant Carolyn. Chave Shave Davey teaching us to be the light of the world this Christmas. Bishop Armist says, dude, your 30-second analysis of Levon versus Vitali is so good. Never stop analyzing. Oh, thank you. I think Deke sounds better. I think Levon's Armwrestling IQ is underrated. I agree. I think Levon's amazing. Bridget says, where was it? No. Bridget says, Derek's Christmas list is only something Marcus could accomplish. It's like when I talk to Bridget, like normally when people ask what I want for Christmas, I say nothing or whatever. But with her, like every time I'll see something, I don't know, anything that'll cross my mind that I want, I'm like, hey, for Christmas, I want this thing on that came up across my phone on Christmas. I want cowboy boots. Or hey, for Christmas, I just keep naming random things to Bridget all the time. White Wolf, $10 super chat. Out of respect for Ricky, I'm my sent one less than his. He's always smashing it with the stickers. Kudos, buddy. Thank you for the support, White Wolf. Yeah, Ricky's always been killing it. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate that. Okay, you guys are going fast. Let me try to catch up with you guys. We're at 84 people, 50 likes. We get a little like spike. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up button, please hit that on your way in. Who do you got? Chance Shaw versus Ryan Bone in early 2023. Ryan would have to be a lot bigger. So I'm on Chance as of right now. Chance, unless Ryan, I'd have to see how Ryan progresses before the match. But yeah, as of right now, Chance. The Schmo, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. What's up, everyone? Says Ryan Bussier. What's going on, dude? Another member in the chat. That's birthday wish. You have to keep yourself. Christmas wishes are a different class of holiday wishes. Gotcha. Let's see, Dan Ricky. You need to man up and take more juice. Says Andre Lepke's all the juice, right in the jugular. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Hey, buddy. Big love from Scotland. David Moran, thank you, man. Appreciate the big love from Scotland. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, man, go ahead and throw them in the chat. Let's see. Derek, I think you can smash everyone in North America easily. Carolyn, I appreciate your vote of confidence. Thank you. Watch it. Devin's hand goes completely back. Yeah, but no, the important part, his hand's back, but he's pronating, and Levon's wrist went back. That's what I'm saying. So Devin's riser wasn't compromised, and his pronation wasn't completely owned, right? His wrist went back because he was rising, but he was getting his pronation. His King's Move pronation was kicking in at the end before he got pinned. Ricky with the $20 super chat says, thanks, Big Tex and White Wolf. Big Tex is proud of White Wolf. Ricky, up in the game. I appreciate the super chat, man. The super chat's aboard, brother. Thank you so much. With the $20 super chat, top donator, Ricky's fighting for that spot, asserting his dominance, keeping Che warm in these cold nights. Saucy James with the $5 super chat. Is there even a chance for a hook puller to be number one in the world? Seems like top rolling just has the advantage at the highest levels, unfortunately. Devin's whole belief is that King's moving, which is like a far out part as you can go of King's moving, is like a version of top rolling, right? It's an outside move, right? And it's as far as you can go. It's like on the fringe. So there's like flop wrist pressing, and there's King's moving. Like flop wrist pressing maybe potentially being most inside of insides, and then there's King's moving the most outside of outsides, right? Outside moves, technically, if you think about the amount of muscles that you're using and what muscles you're targeting, should be the most efficient style of arm wrestling out there at the highest level. Now, it doesn't mean someone with a monster hand and wrist and speed can't overcome it, but if all things fair, an outside move is more efficient. And at the highest level, you need every ounce of strength you can have. So I mean, Devin's not wrong when he says that, hooking is a thing in the past. I'm not saying it's a thing in the past, but what he means is, as we look into the sport, we find more efficient moves, or what the most efficient move is in terms of targeting smaller muscles, using bigger muscles, and efficiency, and using people's weight against themselves and things like that. An outside move is more efficient. It just is. But there's so many things that can change that, and so many variables in that, man. So that doesn't mean everybody needs to be a top roller at all. There's still people that can make it very far as inside pullers. But we'll see. I mean, Dennis is normally top roll. Corey West isn't a top roller. We're going to see some big hook pullers going in there and seeing what they can do. Then there's people that have made it super high level being hook pullers, right? Dennis did it for so long, right? He was number one in the world for so long as an inside puller. Nate Lucifer says, in your opinion, will Michael Todd ever be able to reach his prime state as an arm wrestler again, or is he past that, or is he in his prime currently, in your opinion? with his style, we could still see more out of Mike, I think. I don't think I mean, he's not at a point physically where he can't grow, right? Mike works super hard in the gym, lives in the gym. I mean, his gym's in his house or part of his house. So he's putting in the work. He takes all the strength stuff very serious. And with his style, I mean, he's been King's moving for a while, right? So I can't see his King's move getting worse, right? I could see him tightening it up and figuring out new moves and counters out of it and things like that. So I could see him getting better still. Mario Skate says, by the way, I really like that you go down through the live chats, makes for a bunch of interesting topics. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Kyle Blankenship, you scared of Jaggers or what? No. I'm not laughing at like him being weak. I'm just saying, no, I'm not scared. Why would I be scared of him? It's arm wrestling. What's the worst that could happen? I get pinned. But no, actually, me and we've been in talk and promoter hit me up the other day about setting up a match. I said, as long as I'm broke. I said they wanted to for me to have a match with Austin in what's the date on that one? Austin in Pennsylvania. Was it March, April? But they said maybe us having a match out there. I said, yeah, cool. I said, if you guys get my flight and stuff, then I'm there, man. I'm down to do it. So they said they were going to look into it and find out if they can swing that. And so I'm waiting to hear back from them. But if so, then we're locked in. And me and Austin will be having a match right-handed if he still wants it. But yeah, I'm waiting to find out. But no, definitely not scared. Are there any women arm wrestlers on the planet that you can think of that could potentially beat you in a round of arm wrestling? I mean, no. Let's see. What do you think about Angarbayev versus Monster Michael Todd? I mean, Angarbayev hits the correct angles to be able to make that an interesting match. Yeah, he can make it an interesting match for sure. I think that once it slows down and if Angarbayev starts getting anywhere near tired, it's Michael's match. I think if he can succeed in the first couple of rounds, I think he can take it home. But my money would be on Michael Todd. Let's see. Jack's brother, Wolf is in Canada, Schmo. Okay, top two. Austin Jaggers. Are you pulling someone December 17th in Oklahoma? Pull Jaggers. Everybody say pull Jaggers. Don't be scared. I'm not. Damn, you guys took off in the chat. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up more. Dude, you guys. No, you guys are taking off. Oh, there's. You're scared Jaggers, go to church. Jaggers in the chat. Strong dudes around here. I'm going out for huge practice. Your description of the guy on the team who on hooks really helped me come up with Ian Carnegie. Devin's hand was 100% palm up round one against Levon. What? Then how was Levon's wrist cracked back? When Levon pinned Devin first round, his wrist was bent backwards. So if Devin was completely palm up, then how was his pronation bending Levon's wrist backwards? Like, it's literally impossible. If it was palm up, then Levon's wrist wouldn't have been bent backwards. You know what I mean? Austin Jaggers, okay, your boy Lincoln has a match with someone, though, I believe. Okay, you guys talking to each other. Robert Kelly in the house. Ian Carney's legacy is losing to Shaq, a complete non-arm wrestler. Robert Kelly and Jew Brothers. Texas Pride almost got goated. Almost goated Florida. Okay, sorry, you guys are all talking to each other. I'm trying to catch up with any questions you guys might have for me. For extra weak risky guys, do you recommend more reps or more weight to improve in daily or 2 to 3 times weekly? Depending on how fast you're healing. Agan, you recommended treating a hand and wrist kind of like any other muscle, but at the same time, he would hit him regularly, but he would devote one day solely to cupping. But he would also hit cupping and a lot of other exercises throughout the week, but as like an accessory. So I train cupping and I'll continue to train cupping about 3 times plus practice a week. But tune it in as you see fit. Also, I'm a fan of going heavy. Nothing above 6 reps, preferably. Let's see. Schmo, everybody's in here. Yeah, Yurik in the house. What's going on? Do you see Devin's forward YouTube video? Do you think he's implying he's going for world number 1 again? I did see that. Did he make that? I don't think anytime soon. Right now, he's going for world number 1 again. I doubt it. I doubt it. Mark Wright says, "Hey Derek, greeting from Warlock Arm Wrestling. Hoping you keep your fire burning." Yes, sir. For sure, keeping the fire burning over here. Always staying passionate and loving arm wrestling. Hope you guys are doing well over there at Warlock Arm Wrestling. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Let's see. Just talking to each other. 6 you there. Drew usual. Yes, Robert text Prana. Sorry, guys. Bro, so happy your live streams are doing so well. You deserve it. Thank you, Bishop Arm Wrestling. They are doing pretty well. I mean, I love having like so many people in here are regulars that are in the chat every Wednesday hanging out with me, and they know how much love I have for them. I tell them every single time. Hopefully, it's been conveyed properly. Yeah. Nailister says, "Do you look down on Kings movers?" No, it's a complicated topic. As a competitor, someone that does it, no, it doesn't make me that mad, and I don't like hate the move or anything like that. As looking at the way it could affect the sport, this is the only thing I worry about, right? I told Devin this. He thinks that because it makes for long matches, that it's exciting and it can grow the sport, and I understand that angle. But it's just this is what I'm worried about when I'm in daily life, not an arm wrestler, right? About arm wrestling. And they're like, first off, people say all the time, like, arm wrestling is like, you're not supposed to even bend with your body. It's using your body weight. You got to just do this. That's what a lot of the public believes, that arm wrestling is just this. What is the furthest thing from this? What is the furthest thing you could show somebody in terms of arm wrestling from old school arm wrestling? It would probably be a King's move, right? It'd probably be someone hanging out under the table and sitting there. That would probably be the furthest thing from what people already think is pure arm wrestling. And so we're trying to get them to get on board with hooking and top rolling and center table moves. And okay, I can see how this could be arm wrestling. But I'm worried that when they say see a King's move and people are hanging out there for a long time, that they're like, nah, this is just bull. Like, this is whatever, turn the channel off type thing, right? Because it's so far from what they consider arm wrestling. It's just so far away from it that I'm worried that it might scare them away from it. The matches, the images of it, right? So, I mean, as a hardcore arm wrestler and understand techniques and stuff, I get it. I understand what's happening. I understand muscles in play. I understand exactly what's going on. But it's just like I'm worried about the way it could maybe affect like new people getting the sport and seeing the sport. I don't know. I don't know if maybe someone sees that and they thought arm wrestling was this, and they see a King's movie and they're like, "Oh, this is bull. This sport's full of crap. Like, what is this? Turn it off." Right? So I don't know. I'm just worried that it might drive some people away. So that's the only negative thing I see about that potentially that I see about King's moving, maybe. But in terms of a competitor or me doing it or someone doing it to me, no, I don't have any big stances against it. I named it. I mean, I came up with the name, the King's move. I can't hate it all the way. Robert Kelly, everybody's talking. Bishop Arm Wrestling. Okay. Drew, hypothetically, if you were to take juice, would you be transparent and tell us what you're on, or just a meme about pancakes? I'd probably not talk about it, but I wouldn't deny it. I wouldn't deny it, but I wouldn't talk about it either. Somewhere in the middle. Let's see. Yeah, in a deep hole to dig out of, but I'll get there. Isaac Games says, what tip would you give someone who wants to get stronger in arm wrestling but has no one to pull with regularly? Obviously, do as much homework as you can, man. Seek out table time. I know you say you have no one to pull regularly, but if it's a 2-hour drive, do it. I've had so many people that have come to my practices that will drive 2 to 3 hours every week to practice. And I've talked to people on the internet saying, I have no one to pull. The nearest guy is an hour away from me. Then drive an hour. Like, that's not a big of a sacrifice, right? So it depends. Make sure if you're saying there's no one to pull, that there's really no one to pull. Then start recruiting and find someone arm wrestle with you if you can't, right? So do all your research online, all the stuff you can, learn as much as you can, hire a coach, do whatever you can do to grow. And then you need to go recruit, go down to a local gym, go down to a local bar, go and just start talking to people about arm wrestling until you find someone that wants to practice with you. Get a table and get someone that wants to get on the table with you. I mean, I started my team when I was like 3.5, 4 years into the sport. And I met someone at a tournament that lived near me, and he's like, I'm down. And so we just started training, and then we built from there. And my team, like 9 years later, is massive, and we have great arm wrestlers, and it's everything I would ever want it to be. So, yeah, I would say just find someone to get a like-minded individual, man, even if you're the one that shows them the sport. So, but, I mean, having a table is a good start. But, yeah, other than that, there's so much YouTube content out there, man. Adrian Rubacaba says, what do you think of Angerbayev, and would you describe – and how would you describe / break down his style? It's a heavy posting top roll. More important than his hand and wrist height, whether it's low hand or high hand, it's heavy defensive posting until he gets control and then going sideways. He incorporates a lot of drag rather than a lot of posting and height, and he's fast, right? So There's not a sick counter to that. One of the ways to beat one of John Brzenk's worst things is when you don't ever want to try to match. You don't want to hold on to John and try to contain and control John's ability to pronate and rotate his hand. If you find yourself holding on to John for dear life and trying to beat him center table, that's where people have a lot of problems with John, right? So think about people that have been successful. Kings movers, right? Not holding on. John's holding on. Angerbayev, not holding on. John's holding on. People like that are running far away because when his arm is all stretched out and he's chasing, and John's shoulder is kind of jacked up, right? And he has a tape on there, and traditionally John's shoulder's kind of messed up. So he's lately been proven to have a little bit of a gap or a weak point when it comes to people heavily top rolling and extending his arm. He's holding on, doesn't have a lot of the shoulder to be able to do a ton of the internal rotation, and isn't able to apply all that crazy pronation and hand strength he has because they're not holding on to him and getting deep in his palm. So yeah, I mean, Angerbayev that was the perfect counter to John Brzenk, kind of the way he arm wrestles, in my opinion. So yeah, Matt. I wonder if I ever see Derek versus Jagger, says Robert Kelly. It'll happen. The man, thank you. You are top G, says Jeff Gad Boys. No, you are top G. King of Cali versus King of Kentucky. Austin, I'm down. I've told you I'm down. Let's see. Trying to go down the chat still. Oh, no. It's when I start scrolling down, it jumps all the way down to the bottom, then I got to scroll back up to find out where I was at. Okay, there it is. I'll still call. Everybody's talking to each other. It would have to be Sarah Backman or Gabby, and it ain't them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, there shouldn't be a girl that would pin me. And not that there's not amazingly strong women. I'm not that. There's no dig at female arm wrestling at all. But I mean, I'm too big. I've been arm wrestling too long. It wouldn't happen right now. 0082294 says Derek, blue balls made a top 10, but not you. Got up the pancakes, man. I know, right? I got to step it up. Daniel York got Washington State this weekend. Wolf, injury free and no training or pulling for 3 months. Dropped to 198. See what's up. Daniel, good luck, man. My boy Gage is going to have a match this weekend against Jordan Sill, correct? Left-handed. Excited to see my buddy Gage. He was on my team for a long time. Then he moved up there. How long has it been now? Veronica, how long ago did Gage move over there? Has it been 2 years? Has it been? I don't know. How long has it been? Have you gone through all the new matches, East versus West 6 yet? My last stream, I went over a lot of the East versus West matches. I know they've added a few. Next week, I'll probably sit down and go over any of the new ones. Needless for a hypothetical super match between Matt Mask and Tim Breznan happens tomorrow. 5-rounder. Who wins and what's the score? I mean, I don't see a reason to bet against Tim Breznan when he already beat Matt, and Matt hasn't been doing super well. I know Matt says he's on a new level of strength right now, but I don't see a reason to bet that Tim would lose suddenly. Let's see. If you could spend a week training with anyone, who would it be? Devin, John, Levon. A week training. Okay. If I could spend a week training with anybody. John doesn't do gym, and he doesn't do table time that often. A week training with John would probably be table time once, and then going fishing and having a beer for the rest of the week. So probably not that. Although I'd love to hang out with John and pick his brain and stuff. A week with Devin would be arm wrestling really hard, and then arm wrestling really hard, and then arm wrestling really hard, and then arm wrestling really hard, and I wouldn't be able to last, right? I just wouldn't. I mean, believe me, I've thought about it. He's been invited me over a bunch. I just know that, like, I couldn't hang with Devin for a bunch of days in a row. I could not shadow Devin for multiple days, for a week long. I wouldn't make it, right? Maybe I could do a left arm one day, right arm left next day, like last 2 days, but there's no way. I wouldn't even be making gains out of it. I'd be so tore down, right? So probably Levon. Levon, we'd probably spend a bunch of time in the gym. That would be awesome. Going over his lifts and stuff, singling out muscles, making gains in the gym, maybe get on the table lightly, and being able to understand how he gyms and exactly how his reps and sets go and how he focuses on recovery. So probably Levon. If out of those three names you listed. Yeah. Let's see. Freeze M says, are you going to Olympia in 2 weeks? If so, do you plan on practice pulling with Spoto? I am not planning to go. I know my buddy Megan Mike and Brian Allen have a super match, but I have not got the time off work to go out there. Thomas Miles says, who's your next match with? The only talks I'm in anywhere with any kind of match would be potentially with Austin Jaggers. I think it was March or April. I try to remember the date in Pennsylvania, but it hasn't been locked in. Nate Lucifer says, thought Derek was just saying Tim hasn't lost in a while since he faced him. I know Matt's been on a skid. Ryan Churchill says, okay, guys, I competed at TL3 and found that I have a very short arm compared to the other guys. Long levers always take me out with rising and back pressure. How can short arms defend against rising? You're going to want to hide your thumb. You're going to want to go knuckles up. So you want to make the long arm guy drop their lever. Now, hopefully they drop their arm down, but sometimes they'll either drop their forearm down, or their riser down, or if they're smart, they'll push into your palm with their riser up like this. So that way you will have coverage. But a lot of, especially newer guys, especially in amateur level, a lot of guys will take that elbow back and they'll drop their arm down. If you keep your knuckles high and you tuck your thumb and you keep complaining to the ref, I want to see my thumb, and they'll make that big guy come down, which will, as he comes down the thumb, it'll give you more purchase on his hand. So I don't know if you're hooking or top rolling. You said long arms take me out. I don't know what your pressures are. If you're trying to stick a hook or top roll them and they're top rolling you. But yeah, that's one way you can make long arms lower. Everyone looks down on Kings Mover unless they're a Kings Mover fan. No. Everybody's telling me stem cells. See you in with a flight. When is that? Robert Kelly. Carolyn with the $10 super chat. Carolyn, thank you so much. Always supporting the channel. Derek, do you think we would ever have an East versus West in North America, East versus West of the Mississippi? Who would you set for 10 super matches? And would we get a pay-per-view filmed by Robert Kelly and pay-per-view on multiple arm wrestlers channels? That's a big question. You want me to think of 10 super matches? You want me to think of 20 people off the top of my head right now to have arm wrestle? Carolyn, that's a big question. I appreciate the $10 super chat. We're going to be here for 30 minutes. Me trying to think of this. I don't know. I would love to have an East versus West in North America. I think that would be awesome if they could kind of do like a mix and match, or talk to England and get on his title, but maybe get I was just thinking about that earlier, but one in just North America, like East Coast versus West Coast or something like that. Just have a center line right at the middle of the United States, and if you're west of that, you're on Team West. East of that, you're on Team East, and have our own super matches like that. I think it'd be fun. I'd really have to sit down and think about the names, Carolyn. That would take me a long time to think about 20 names to arm wrestle. Yeah. Most of the super heavyweights are on the East Coast. I'll tell you that much right now, though. So in terms of super heavyweight arm wrestling, I can tell you right now, the top super heavyweights are mostly all ranked on the East Coast. There's not a lot on the West Coast. So the super heavyweights will be predominantly Team East. And we get pay-per-view filmed by Robert Kelly and pay-per-view on multiple arm wrestler channels. Of course. I mean, we'll see who would launch it. It would depend. I guess it'd be their call on who would launch it and who would oversee it all. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get it on YouTube if we did that. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Carolyn. If you really want me to try to think of the 20 names, maybe on Instagram, message me and we'll sit. We'll talk about it and try to figure it out. Derek trades safety first, says Rock, and I always safety first. Derek, you asked me about Bryce Talton. Jaggers, who do you think is stronger, Lockie or Derek? Oh, Marius Gates says I think of the King's move as a ridiculous back arches and competitive bench pressing. It looks ridiculous to newcomers, even if it requires skill. I can see that. Nate says, why are Chave's shoes on backwards? Does he have some kind of feet disability? Shoes? Oh. I got you. Who's a new guy? Who's a new guy you're excited about? Says Canceled Laughter. A new guy I'm excited about. You're talking about locally, like on my team. If I want to give local shout outs to my guys, which I love to death, a guy named Emil I don't pronounce his last name, Mansour. He's on my team. He's a super heavyweight up and coming in California. He's going to be a freaking monster, especially left-handed. We also have another guy named Brandon who just joined up a few weeks ago, around like a month and a half ago, who's a 200-pound monster. If you're talking about a local thing. Now, if you're talking about like in like North America and stuff, new guy. Is Paul Lynn still considered new? Because he's exciting. I'm trying to think of new guys popping off to me. There's a big guy. There's a really big kid named is it Sean? Oh, what's his last name? He's a big kid. I arm wrestled him when I was in Vegas, left-handed. He's a big dude. And like I'm like 400 plus, He's like 6'5", 6'6". He's a tall, big kid, wears glasses. Takes his dad. He goes with his dad places. That kid's gonna be scary strong. He's like really young, like 21 years old. He's already like winning pro classes or placing top 3 pro classes. He's gonna be really good. Cameron Smith, my boy, watching him as an up and comer in super heavyweight in North America. I don't know, dude. There's so many badass arm wrestlers but I don't know if they're new because Cameron's not really new. I don't know, man. That's I'll stick with you. I'll assume you're talking about local, and those are my local guys I'm excited about. Well, I think that's me. His arms up front. No, you guys, I'm trying to catch up. Okay. Good evening, Wonderful Eating folks. Finally caught it live. Hope all is good, Derek. Phil, thanks for hanging out. Phil Woody from the UK. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Everyone help grow the channel. Thank you, Richard Jennings, for promoting the thumbs up ability on the channel. Thoughts on Corey versus Cody? Corey's been on a tear. Corey's looking amazing. He's all time. Cody, I believe his last match was Morozov, where he took that loss, which I was so shocked by the way it went down. But traditionally, Cody is the winner on this one. But this might be the time that Corey beats him. I'm excited to watch that. Daniel says, "Where should I contact you for coaching?" The only coaching I'm offering right now, Daniel, is you'll see that there's 3 tiers on my YouTube channel. When you click the member, like there should be a button that says join. If you're on PC, if you're on phone, then wait, how do you hit the join? Someone share the link to join in the chat, please, for the memberships. Anyway, you'll see a $100 membership. There's like a $3 one, a $5 one, and there's a $100 one. The $100 one is titled Gain Train. So what that happens is you join up with that. Then once a month, you can send me a video, and I'll do a video review and send it back to you. Right. So like you send me a 30-minute practice video of you practicing, and I'll break it all down. You'll see my face in the corner, and I'll talk about everything you're doing and critique what you're doing. And hey, you need to slide your elbow to the left here, and you do that, this and that. You have unlimited access to me in terms of asking training questions and DMs, and we'll talk more. And you can send me your current programming, and I can give you my opinion on it and things like that. And then also, weekly live streams on the channel where I talk about just training concepts, pronation, what it does, how to train it, how to apply it on the table, what its job is, things like that, and you'll have exclusive content or access to the pure training live streams that I'll do for the people in that level. That's the only coaching I'm really offering right now, unless you want to move out here to Southern California and join my team. If that's the case, the coaching is free, man. Come join the squad. Okay, no, beautiful weather the past few days. Most big. I love the content you do with Brian Shaw. Brought me here. Awesome, thank you. Brian's gonna text me, man. Guys, I think he's still messing with it. I mean, you saw the video of Brian arm wrestling with Eddie Hall and them. He's still dabbling. From the text I get, Brian's still training his wrist and having fun with it and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on. Can you even shadow Devin one day? I can hang for one day. Dave Anderson says, work on stamina, push-ups and pull-ups. Yes, sir. Bowen over Levon. Jamie says, who's next? Like I said, the only talks I've been in is with people have been hitting me up to have a match with Austin Jaggers, which is in the works, but it's not 100% confirmed. Ryan Churchill said, thanks to Ignite, no problem. It'd be West versus East if it was here. Yeah. You versus Bryce would be when you can do it. Oh, he's a beast left-handed, right? Yeah, Robert Kelly, maybe message me. Don't be so afraid of me all the time, and we'll figure something out. Robert, by the way, thanks for having me out of Texas, man. I appreciate that. Needless first says, Derek, what's your take on this Liver King guy and the scandal that recently broke about his past lies? I've actually been watching all the Liver King stuff. For those of you guys that don't know, Liver King is this jacked dude who's like has a big beard, somebody eats a ton of raw meat, and he promotes his supplement line, which is called Ancestral Living. Anyway, so he goes around the world and does a bunch of podcasts and stuff and tells people you can be this jacked. He's like crazy jacked. You can be this jacked just by eating raw meat and following these 9 rules, these 9 ancestral tenets. And so people were like, I can look like that if I eat raw liver and raw food. And then his a long time ago, before he's got on social media, he emailed some people, some bodybuilding coaches, asked them for advice, and he sent them all the steroids he's taking, like a long list of the steroids he's taking. And so now, after years of him, he's like one of the most famous figures in all of like fitness and stuff. And now all the steroid stuff came to light, and they're making videos breaking down the emails he sent where he's openly admitting and talking about all his steroids. So then a couple days ago, he made a video apologizing to everybody and openly admitting he's been on steroids the whole time. But he was such an advocate for not being on steroids. Like everybody would talk to him and they'd ask him if he's on steroids, and he would tell them, no, I don't touch the stuff. I've never touched the stuff. I just look this way from eating raw meat and working out every day. Like I look like this. So it's a big scandal because he got so popular and he made so much money off it that, yeah, it's been a big deal. Let's see. Where are we at here? Thank you. Father brought me an energy drink. Let's see. Love do California streams. Derek, I need to. Savage Arm Wrestling in the house says, I need you to flex, then do a dab, then flex again. What? No. Carl Stanley in the house. What up, man? Beast. Oh, get it. Take that and then just bring me change. Carolyn with the $5 super chat. Derek, if Brian Shaw is an expo this at his next Shaw Strength Classic, would you go? Of course I go out there, man. Brian's good people, and any kind of arm wrestling to the Shaw Strength Classic, of course I'd be down to go. So I say so much, guys. Sorry. When I say that, I'm just trying to catch up in the chat and find out where I'm at. My place. Benjamin. Let's see. Carl Stanley, by the way, is a freaking monster, you guys. If you guys don't know who Carl Stanley is, he's a beast from Florida. How do I call him? Blake Perry, there he is. Hell, I ain't even ranked. Blake, I saw your match. I saw your matches, man. Looking dominant, buddy, as always. Looking super strong. And that's a big man that hooks, which is rare, guys. Which is rare. I know you said you wanted to work with them top rolls. Where are those top rolls at, Blake? You said you were going to start top roll. What happened to that? The kid in Vegas thing. That's right, Benjamin. Sorry, Benjamin. Bridget, thank you so much. My love. She just reminded me the kid's name I was talking about that was doing good in Vegas. His name is Benjamin. I don't know why I thought his name was Sean. His name is Benjamin. You guys. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, big kid named Benjamin, glasses, pretty heavy set, over 4, has to be over 400, like 6'6". That kid is promising. Benjamin something. Carl says, when is LA Fit Expo? It's January 21st. It's January. I think mid-January sometime. I have to look at the exact date, Carl. What about that young guy that also arm wrestled at the Monster Factory event? He smashed his opponent. He was super impressive. What is his name? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. Dustin Hyatt. Oh, someone said Dustin Hyatt. Let's see. Corey McPhee says Ryan Bowen is a 10 of 10 pullers, so he really should be bragging about it. No, dude, no. I'm happy for Ryan. Don't get me wrong. I am beyond honored and was super privileged to be able to be on the East vs. West card, to have one match, let alone 2 matches. For me to get my ass beat on that stage twice is an honor, and it will be forever, right? Even if I never go again, that's something I'll hold dear in my heart, that I was able to go on that stage and arm wrestle with the world's best and be there and do that at the highest level, right? Now, regardless of the argument of whether I should belong to the highest level, but either way, just having that opportunity to do that is something that is something I'll never forget. And so I think that's more what Ryan's saying, that for him to even be on a poster, he understands he's 10 of 10. He understands all that. But for him to even be on a poster and on a list with those guys is what he's happy about. And I totally grasp that. I understand I'm not on the poster, but I'm still super honored to even be on a shirt somewhere with my picture next to those guys' pictures. So that's more what he's saying. It's not about him flexing and saying he's top 10 in the world, just that he's 10th on the East vs. West rankings. He's on the rankings. He's on the list of East vs. West, which is an honor. It is an honor. Hopefully any of you guys, especially the arm wrestlers, would love to be on that list, even if you're 10th, right? Like, I would think. Devil's Backbone, what's going on? Jamie says Derek will smoke joggers. Let's see. Performance enhancing pancakes. I can't believe that Liver King lied to us, but I guess that's how he beat Larry Wheels. Jamie says, who cares about Liver King? Stop trying to bring people down. They're so negative. It shows who is weak criticizing him. Diaz says the wrist ball feels really good. Wrist balls are awesome. Do you think you could beat the number 2 arm wrestler in Australia? Is Ryan still the number 2 arm wrestler in Australia? If it's Ryan, then yes. Let's Let's see. Has anyone heard of a guy called It's Dream World Ridiculous Strength? I have not. Bridget Sexton is sharing the link again. You guys check that out. Blake Perry says the top row works in practice, but at my tournament, my mind just won't let me. I feel you, man. You've been hooking for so long. You're so strong there. I feel you. Everybody has, like, no matter what people say and how well rounded they get, they generally have an A game. That when the crap hits the fan, and you're like, all right, it's time to go for real. Like, this guy's really strong in front of me. You kind of default to a move. And it's hard to break away from that when you're arm wrestling someone that you actually respect, and it's pretty scary. So yeah, dude. But that's what I'm saying. A hook puller at a big super heavyweight hook puller is so rare. Like, it really is. There's not a lot of guys that arm wrestle like that. They're all top roll. Almost all the super heavyweights top roll. Super heavyweight that hooks is super rare, man. And you're a freaking monster. So, hey, maybe one day, Blake, maybe we should have a match one day. And I'll hook with you. It'll be a hook match. I'll dedicate to hooking, and we'll have a hook versus hook match. I loved when we met at that practice in Arkansas. And we were hooking, man. We went back and forth. That was a lot of fun. I love hooking. So maybe that'll be fun. A dedicated hook match, super match. That'd be so much fun. Oh, that'd be so much fun. I would love that. Maybe we'll start in a hook or something, or start the straps in a hook. I don't know. We'll find a way. Dude, that would be fun. Jamie, let's see. And hopefully your family's well and everybody's well on your. I read some stuff on Facebook, and hopefully everybody's doing okay. When you come to the expo, would you be down to practice pull? Says Devil's Backbone Pullers. The LA Fit Expo? Probably. Yeah. Did you already talk about Chance versus Bowen? Yeah, someone asked about it earlier. I said I think Chance wins unless Bowen gets way bigger. What's your Diaz1? Diaz1 says, what's your max last pull wrist curl through a cable pulley? With what handle? So I don't know, man. That lift can go so many different ways. It depends on the handle and the angle, and like how much you isolate it and all this stuff. I don't know. We should figure that out. I don't really mind putting out my max lifts out there, because lifts, especially for those guys that are not arm wrestlers or new arm wrestlers in here, if you guys think that a gym lift is 100% conducive to what happens on the table, then you are sorely mistaken. They help to influence the matches, but they are by no means the deciding factor on whether you're strong enough to beat somebody or not beat somebody, right? So cupping attacks pronation. If this guy can pronate 100 pounds and I can only cup 90 pounds, that does not mean that he will pronate and bust my wrist open by any means. And to think that does just means you don't really know what you're talking about. So hopefully no one thinks that way. I have met people that think that way. They think they all just think it's pure numbers. It's not. There's hand size, there's speed, there's all types of things that would influence me being able to cup somebody's pronation that are not shown through gym lifts and things like that. So yeah. Corey McPhee says, do what box rec is or shirt dog. Arm wrestling needs an updated website that truly holds arm wrestling stats. Without real stats, world rankings will never be justified correctly. There's a lot of people working on rankings. As the sport grows, more and more people are getting into the whole ranking thing. I know we have the Aries system being put into place in North America, and there's more and more nerds and people that are down to put together websites and databases full of stats like that. So hopefully someone will make one for the world that tracks all the world tournaments. That would be amazing. Is a belt or holding onto a ball better for all the rising supination and pronation movements? Is a belt. So a belt, you mean over the side of your hand, or holding onto a ball more better for all the rising supination and pronation movements? It depends on where it goes. If it goes above your thumb, if it goes around your thumb, or if it goes below your thumb. You vary those. I think it'd be harder if you're holding onto a ball to have it go around your wrist, right? So I would say, what I do is I take a martial arts belt, I tie a knot in it, a really thick knot. So I hold on to the knot, and then it goes around my thumb, or I'll hold on to the knot and it'll all be above my thumb, or I'll loop it around my arm and have it all going below my thumb, right? So I would think just a martial arts belt might be able to be more versatile in the places it would hit for your pronation. Can you beat Michael Todd? Not right now, but once I'm done with this prep, we need to take one day. We need to take a run at Mike. We need to take a run at him. Nate Diaz or Conor McGregor? What kind of guy are you more a fan of? Man, they both have their alluring side. I like that. I like that Conor, had all that confidence in himself, and a lot of times he was able to back it up and all that stuff. I also like that Nate isn't about all the showmanship. I mean, he still runs his mouth and stuff, but like only in like response, and he's more about just keeping it real. He's not wrapped up in all the glitz and glamour, I guess you'd say. So I don't know. I probably, in terms of watching them fight, I probably like watching Conor fight more. But in terms of like personality outside the ring, even. Nashville Arm Wrestling says Mike sounds terrible. It's all static. Wait, everybody says that's you, Nashville. Wait, is that sounding? Yeah, everybody says it sounds fine. All right, Nashville. I think that's you, man. I think that's on your side. Is Rainbow number one in the world potentially? Levon's in the chat. B-Flex says Rock Lee is strong as F. I don't think no way Brzenk can beat him. Brzenk injured and beat up. That's the GOAT, man. If there's anybody that can pull a rabbit out of the hat and make something happen, it would be John Brzenk, right? So I would never count him out. I know that Derek plus pizza equals happy, says the Drew 24. That's true. Derek plus pizza equals happy. Yep. CPU and phone both. I don't know. Maybe it's your internet connection, man. I really don't know because everybody else is saying it's fine. Also, can you get a mic for Chave? I'm having trouble hearing him. Yeah, he's been pretty quiet lately, guys. He's been watching more, just soaking everything in. Nate Lucifer says, "Night, Derek. Got a jet. Thanks for answering my questions. Always brings me back. Take care, man. See you next time." No problem, Nate. Thanks for hanging out, bud. Exam season, Derek. Wish me luck. Alex, you're going to destroy all the exams and take an extra credit exam just for shits and giggles. That's something you would say to me. You're going to 100% ace all the exams. Castle Kingside, what's going on, Dave? What's going on, bud? Says the mic sounds good. B-Flex, how are you 0-2, Derek? You're kidding. Are you training and lifting weights? You have unreal potential. You're like 6'10", 330. I'm 6'8", round 350. I lost to Morozov and Ravaz, who were like 2 top 10 dudes. No excuse. I went over there, went against some high-level dudes, and got my butt kicked. Yeah, I was strong, man. I wish I would have had it like right after Ravaz. I wish I would have had another match or something like that. Or I wish I would have had a different match than Ravaz, and like been able to show how strong I was. I was super strong. When I prepped for Ravaz, I was strong. I'm telling you guys, I was crazy strong. I've never been that strong. And it sucks that I went against someone that was just strong. I didn't get a chance to show everybody how strong I was. I was really, really strong. Yeah. So let's see. All right, I'm almost here. I'm almost caught up with you guys. It's almost time. Yeah, if you can pronate 100 and the guy who's wrist curl 90, usually side pressure will tell a difference. That's another aspect that goes into it. Blake Perry says, we will set it up soon. Hey, that sounds fun. Can you beat Travis? Yes. Derek, what is the most you've done on the karate belt pronation around the wrist? You mentioned, is this through back pressure, forearm parallel to the ground, or with a pulley? I do it with a pulley. I don't remember my max on that one, guys. Like I don't really, like I said, I always stay around 6 reps, so I don't go down to 1 rep maxes. I stay around 6 where I would fail on 7, and yeah, that's kind of how I stick with my lifts. So, and I do progressive overload over the course of the weeks. So I don't have a 1 rep max for you guys. I know you guys want the 1 rep maxes, but like I said, I'd have to go do it specifically for you and try to give you guys a number. I'm not afraid of giving you guys a number. I just don't have. I don't max out. Justin Pasconi says, "Hey Derek, where do you see Dennis within the world rankings, or do you have him ranked?" I don't. Dude, I haven't even tried to rank anybody besides Levon's number 1, and then it's like this down to like 15th. In my mind, it really is. When I look at those rankings, I'm just like, yeah, but that guy would beat that guy, but that guy would beat that guy. But on the best day, that guy could probably beat all those guys. But that guy, it's a mess. It's a mess. I know there's a ranking list out there, but it's just a mess. I don't even know where Dennis fits in there. I think top 6, maybe. Let's see. Mike's good here. Occasional popping, but still clear. Thank you. Well, not really massive. Just way to confirm outside of YouTube. John is the GOAT. I agree. According to Fee, whoever creates the website needs to be part of an association to ensure it's updated correctly. It's probably the best example showing country ranking, world ranking, match stats. Imagine Morzov beats Levon, and you've been top 3 this whole time. Well, Morzov beating Levon wouldn't make me top 3. I lost to Morzov. You should be benching 500 and curling at least 225. Says B Flex. Regular weightlifting will help you, not as much as form, grip, and core. You know the biz. It just seems like you aren't making gains like you should. So I need to do grip and core work. B Flex. I appreciate you looking out for me, man. I got up to, before my last match, I did 405 for 3 on bench and curling at least 225. What did I never did like a 1 rep max curl. I did the cheat curls at Michael Todd's house, 245 for 15. Those are cheaty curls. Strict curl. What did I do with strict curl at Michael Todd's house? I think it was my first and only time trying a strict curl with my back against the wall and trying to do it that way. I think I got 210 or 215. My first time ever trying that. But that's like with your arms out, and like I don't know, man. It's not exactly conducive to arm wrestling, the angles anyway. Carolyn with the $5 super says, Carolyn with the $5 super sport says, Derek, how does it feel to be responsible for Eddie Hall getting headbutted by Brian Shaw? He does more harm to Eddie than Thor did in the boxing match. Oh, Brian did headbutt Eddie super hard. That was awkward. Even Brian was like, all right, that was a bit much. He headbutted the crap out of him. That was a funny video. And I gotta do more. I have Martinez's phone number. Martinez Lisi's the ex-world's strongest man. He lives in LA. I have his phone number, and I haven't hit him up. I need to text that dude. Why have I not done this? I've been like just busy. I haven't thought about it. Forgot. I need to start setting up that collab. We'll go out there and teach Martinez how to arm wrestle as well. Do some cool grip stuff as well. Martinez's grip is amazing. We need to go shoot a video with Martinez. We need to get more strongmen into this. Although I know Martinez is still heavy into strongman. He's not looking to become an arm wrestler. But yeah, I need to go hang out with Martinez a little bit too. Tim Lewis needs to be a standardized pronation lift that uses a standard diameter cam instead of the back of the hand. Everyone's hand is a different size, so absolutely useless compared to karate belt lifts. Yeah. I know Mazurenko was trying to do something like that for a while. He was having people go to his – so when you would go have a match at PAL in Vegas, he would have a machine set up there that would – and they had very strict settings. Like your elbow had to be here, fingers had to be placed here, and you have to pull straight back. Like they had very standardized lifts, and they were testing people on the lifts. And they had like a crane scale hooked up to a laptop, and it would tell you how much pounds of pressure you were applying, and then they would save it and document who could apply the most pressure before your wrist would cave or before it would fail. They were trying to get that going for a while. I don't know what ended up happening with that. I mean, obviously PAL is not doing too much right now, but I'd be interested in someone doing that. I'd almost have to do it in person. Having someone do it over the internet is rough, man. It's really rough because there's so many ways to cheat and weird angles and pulley systems that have different levels of static and are smoother, or like there's so many weird things going on. You almost have to do it in person, I think. Let's see. Kelly says we're on steroids when you wrestle D-Reds. Who dat? Johnny Dang in the house. What's going on? Guitar King. It's 3:45 in Africa. You woke me up. What's up, Big D? Guitar King. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. In Africa. All right. Welcome. Dude, there's badass arm wrestlers in Africa. At least the videos I see, those big old jack dudes, those dudes look strong as hell. I don't know how good they are, like in terms of like angles and positioning and knowing what they're doing, but they look big and strong as F. Let's see. Alex McDonald, don't worry, I already signed up for the extra credit exam. Now you can still beat Tim while he's using 2 arms. Devil's Backbone Puller says you have to arm wrestle and stay active. Dennis shouldn't be rigged. He's strong, but he hasn't competed. I agree. When Devin's arm strain is mainly a bone lock helping him hold people, or is that more muscle? It's not a bone lock. Even the most King's move of King's moves, so say Michael Todd's elbow, right? Or like Crazy George. Bob Brown has one. He's an older arm wrestler from Utah. He has a king's move as well. His arm can't go straight. The doctors checked it out. There's a membrane somewhere in their elbow that won't allow their arm to go straight, and so it clicks onto the membrane. So it's really a membrane lock. Is the thing that locks that. Now, but there's a separate version, right? There's the membrane lock, which is Michael Todd, Crazy George, guys that have arm wrestled like 40 years that just jack their arm up. And then there's what I believe Devin, Dennis, a lot of people have. Alex Graneccia, arm doesn't even go straight. Where I think it's pure, it's just muscle tightness. It's being muscle bound. I think Devin's is just really tight elbow flexors. And I don't know, man, because the thing that always weirded me out about Devin's is that he didn't have a king's move, and then he did like a year later. Michael Todd's happened progressively over like 20 years, right? But Devin went from I don't have a king's move to I kind of like that king's move. That's pretty badass. And then like a year and a half later, Devin had a king's move and his arm didn't open up anymore. So he, like the other guys, earned it over years of just damage and being crazy, and Devin just went down to the grocery store and picked one up. So that, which leads me to believe it's more being muscle bound than the elbow, which makes sense, right? Devin tried to hold Levon, he got pinned, it tore the muscles because it was the muscles stopping him, right? Rather than Michael Todd's is more on that membrane lock. Muscles are still involved, but I think the default locking part is more the membrane. So who in heavyweight do you have to pull next to keep you in top 20 or 15? You don't have to have a match with I don't know what I'm ranked in North America. I'm 5th or 6th right now, right-handed, and 9th left-handed in North America. I don't have to have a match with anybody specifically. I just have to be active and attend a tournament. I just had a tournament, not this last weekend, but the weekend before. So you just go do any tournament. You just have to be active, an active arm wrestler. B-Flex, Levin the Leviathan is way stronger than Dennis without the juice. Are you saying Levon isn't taking steroids? B-Flex, is that what you just said? Am I reading that correctly? Squats and deadlifts for core. Thank you, Dave. I did squats, guys. I've been doing squats a couple times, or like at least once a week, if not twice a week. Light 135, down to depth, down like ass to grass squats. But I've been doing squats. I'm trying to get my lower back working, get the legs moving a little bit. Just like at the end of the workout, just go in there and just do like 3 sets of squats. Just trying to get things moving a little bit. I don't really care about doing awesome numbers. I'm just trying to get the movement working. Let's see. Robert Crane says, I'm first in the grip challenge. I am. And Brian tried to rob me of that. He said I did one less than what I did with the blobs. He forgot. That bothered me. Oh my gosh. You should do a live stream of 10,000 shoulder rotation exercises with Martins. I would die. Want me to drop your Discord link server, Derek? Yeah, or server link? Yes, Devin's forum. That would be awesome. Thank you. Who else is in the super heavyweight in the USA to help you climb the rankings? Jerry, Dave. Jerry, Dave, Todd Hutchings, Devin, Michael Todd. They're all ranked above me. Hey, Derek, I hope you're hosting practice between December 17th and January 7th. I'll be in San Diego. I hope to come up with Alan to one of your practices. Yeah, man. Gabe, of course. Bridget says, Devin's forum. Yeah, post the link to Discord. Bridget's not allowed in there. It's the He-Man Club. All right, guys. Am I caught up? I'm pretty much caught up. No more questions. Oh, Jarvis Wilson says, your last 2 matches, you were flash pinned. Do you believe you have much better chance if the match stops? I don't know if you remember my matches, Jarvis. I do. I remember them. So a flash pin in arm wrestling, it means that the guy went so fast that you didn't even start going. You got pinned before you even start doing anything. So let's see. Round 1 against Morozov, because I did the ready go incorrectly. The ref said the ready go incorrectly, not the way he was supposed to say it. Then Morozov, I guess technically that was a flash because he went before I even started going, because they were supposed to do ready, space, go. And they went, ready, go. And I was like waiting for the space because they told me to wait for the space. And they went, ready, go. So I didn't even go. So that was a flash technically. Then round 2, I tried to roll out and they called a pin. And then, so that wasn't a flash. I mean, right before I pinned him, Morzov's wrist went backwards, but then they called it a pin. And then round 3, I told Morzov I wanted to hook with him. But in the slow-mo, you see them turn our hand completely into a hook, and he pulls back on his side, and they're like, go. So we started the match in a hook on his side. So it definitely wasn't a flash pin. But I couldn't pull him out of his hook that he started this tight, like this. And I started like opened up trying to pull him out of his hook. So no, I don't think I could have touched Morzov in any way, shape, or form that match. Now Ravaz first round top rolled me. I tried to go high and sideways, and he buckled my riser, and then I tried to hold on, and he rolled me out. So it wasn't a flash; it was out and around. Round 2, I tried to sink in a hook, and then he still got my wrist. I went too far forward. He still got my wrist, went backwards, and then went sideways. And round 3, I slipped. There's no way. Anybody that watches my stuff knows that I slipped clearly this far above the pad, and they called it a loss against Ravaz. Because I do feel that the second match when I went for that hook, before he pinned me, I felt it slow down. I know you probably can't see it in the video or whatever, but I felt the tension build up, and I felt him slow down the last few inches before he pinned me. And that gave me hope that if I would have got to the straps, I would have had something for him. So that's why for round 3, I was like, let me get to the straps. And I clearly slipped. Clearly, there was this much space above the pad, and they called it a loss. But so I do think that I would have more for Vaz. I'm not saying I would have beat him if we went to the straps, but I'm saying I feel like if I would have got a hold of him, I could have had a lot more for him. But yeah, I mean, coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? Right? It is what it is. So Morzov would have beat me no matter what. Ravaz probably would have beat me no matter what, but I think there might have been maybe there was a maybe in there. Bridget says, chopping up with Emma. She's gone with my dad. They went to go get food. Diaz says, do you ever do any press training similar to Cataret? I never see arm wrestlers train. It seems to be one of the lesser trained. On a table, or are you talking about do I do lifts that are conducive to pressing? Like do I do bench press and stuff? So I do bench, dips, tricep extensions. I do stuff like that. Do I train pressing on a table? Not really. Robert Craig says, I think you beat Saunders. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Look, Discord LinkedIn works on another one. Chance Shaw, you're top 12 since I'm 11. Yeah, me and Chance didn't get ranked either. Chance has a win at East vs. West, and he didn't get ranked in the supers. But Ryan Bone did. Me and Chance didn't get ranked, but Ryan did. You can't be rank yourself above me because you beat a guy that weighed 200 pounds, Chance. Get out of here. Get out. But once again, Chance said he would have rather beaten a 200-pound guy than lost to Ravaz. Makes sense. It's true. I can't blame. I can't hate. Drew24 says, I'm sure I can beat Derek after my check clears. Hey, that's right, but you can. Table IQ says, you and Derek, you're also the man. Oh, thank you. Oh, Carolyn with a super chat. Derek, what's your 12 favorite lifts of Christmas? Carolyn, you asked for these extensive, long lists in these super chats. 12 favorite lifts. Let's see if I can just run through these for Christmas. We're going to go neutral grip pull-ups, dips. We're going to go cable crossovers. We're going to go cupping with a cone handle low, cupping with a cone handle high. We're going to do rising with a martial arts belt. We're going to do pronation with a martial arts belt under the thumb. We're going to do supinated bicep curls. We're going to do hammer curls. Supinated bicep partial curls, partial hammer curls. Then we'll do, we have to add some shoulder stuff in there. So we'll do some overhead press. And then bench press. My bench went up and I got a lot stronger. And then we'll throw in arm wrestling itself, which actually is number 1. There you go, Carolyn. There's your 12 favorite lifts of Christmas. If I put more thought into it, I could revise that list and make it a better order and things. I was just off the top of the head. Jarvis says, thanks, bro. Your match with Tim was just slow, but it seemed that the slower matches you do well. Yes, I agree. I'm slow as crap. I agree. Any truth in the rumor you lost to Brandon left-handed? Nope. Brandon. Nope. Carolyn says, Derek, you were there in the early days of East vs. West before the West found its feet. I'd rather beat a dude that weighs 100 pounds less than lose 6-0. Ace, stop. All right. I lose 6-0, I lost 300 loss. Or are you talking about like my total record? What's your total record at East vs. West, Chance? TLIQ, what is a hand/piece of equipment you would like to see but it hasn't been made yet? I mean, they've kind of all been made in some way or another. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the same handles, but just a little bit bigger to fit my hand. Success for arm wrestling is stirring chili, I swear. There you go. Hey, Devin's Forum, clip that list I made for top lists and put it to like the Christmas song. On the 12th day of Christmas, my new love gave to me. Chance says he's 3-3. Okay. Joey Tam, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. And Cody versus Corey. I said I think I have to go with Cody, but it can very well be Corey. Yeah. All right, you guys, it is 6:02. We're 2 minutes already past the point. I know Texas Piranha. I know Mike. They're trying to rush me off here. I'm just hanging out with my people. You guys, thank you so much for all your support. Please, someone post the AW Switch in the chat, you guys. I've been so thankful for all the love and support you guys have given with Bridget and the website, the AW Switch. You guys, if you guys want to buy hats or stickers or shirts, it helps out a ton. They're awesome. They're high quality stuff. Bridget ships them by hand. If you want, I'll even kiss the package before she ships it. If you guys want a special note just for you, a motivational note, then let me know and I'll put it in each package before she ships it off. But yeah, you guys, check out the website. It's been going awesome. So we really appreciate all the support you guys have given us on the AW Switch. Anyway, you guys, as always, I'm undeserving of all this love and attention you guys give me. I'm just a simple person trying to have fun and love arm wrestling as much as I can. You guys, if you're ever in the area, please come see me out here in Southern California. I'd love to get on the table. Love to talk to you about the game. Or if you have any questions, message me on Instagram. And yeah, if you guys have any ideas or something you want to get me out near you, let me know. Message me. We work something out. Maybe I'll come out, do a seminar, have a match, do a tournament, hang out, something. Let me know. All right, guys. Love you to death. Talk to you later.